guys, welcome. We are at the Gamescom and here we found many great games and one of those games is SYNCED. But before we talk about the game SYNCED, I want my guest to introduce himself.
Hello. My name is Clark Young and I'm the creative director of the game SYNCED. Yeah.
All right, there might be some viewers which never heard about SYNCED. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us what is SYNCED about?
Yeah, SYNCED is a game that is really feature co-op and is a third-person shooter. But comparing to other titles, we have a key feature where you can weaponize your enemy. So during the gameplay, you will be able to weaken an enemy and then tame it to transform it into your own companion. And then in the future runs, then your companion will be able to help you in a lot of different ways. I think that is the most different experience that we're offering.
If we are talking about enemies, what kind of enemies are we facing? Is it like aliens, robots? What is it?
So in our game, it's in the world already been collapsed, following a technological collapse, and our enemy in the game is called nanos. So they're basically nano-driven creatures, and because of that, you'll be able to reprogram them into your own companion. So it's everything nanotechnology. So that is the appeal of the design and everything cool about it that you don't see in other games.
And is it like mission-based? Is there a background story behind it? What is it about?
Yeah, so it's still a mission-based, and the story we wanted to pan out like season after season. So on the first season we are about to release, we will be able to focus on the world story. Like you will be able to find a lot of collectible audio log and whatnot, and those pieces together, you will have a much deeper understanding of what's going on with the world and how come the world become what it is today. And in the future season, we wanted to do it in the episodic way. So in the new seasons, in the future season, we'll be able to focus more on the character itself. So from different angle, we'll be able to understand what is the secret hidden in the game.
All right, speaking about characters, how many characters are playable at the moment? Mm-hmm. Is it like classes which have a specific equipment or a specific loadout running into the missions, or how is it going in your game?
Yeah, in the launch build, we're gonna have 6 runners. We call our hero runners, and every one of them have different skill set and gadget as well. And based on that, we kind of having class. But because we want to give the options to the player, so player will be able to combine the runner with different weapon, with different nano, with even different equipment on the runner mouse side, can create their own build. And this, I think, is a very interesting point that player will be able to craft a lot of different builds in the game.
You talked about enemies you can make as allies. Mm-hmm. There are 4 in the game at the moment. How many weapons are in the game? And are these licensed weapons everybody knows from other games? Or are these complete weapons out of your mind?
That's a really good question. Actually, we have more than 40 weapons in total. And some of the weapon is somewhat familiar, but still we gave them our own name and own shape. And but most importantly is we developed our own weapon. And because it's in the near future and there's a lot of nanotechnology and crazy stuff going on, we actually build a bunch of weapons that can do a lot of different things. For example, to the max, there's a weapon called Supernova. And Supernova literally shoot out black holes, which gonna attract all the enemies together. And some of the weapon can retreat the bullet when you do reload. So imagine in the gameplay that you just shoot, and then when you do reload, all the bullet come back to your barrel. See, that type of deal creates something like a more fun and more creative way of doing shooters, and that is something that we're really proud of.
Yeah, sure, definitely. It sounds really great. I played it back in December. Mm-hmm. And now we are almost ready for a release in 2 weeks, 8th of September, is it?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, all these weapons you can find also in missions. There are crates which you can open. can you even equip or change the attachments of the weapons or any parts of it, like to reduce the recoil and all this stuff?
Yes. Right now, all the different weapons will in our game we call gun tech, and every gun tech weapon not only having those kind of special abilities and a progression associated with it, you will also be able to add extra magazine, for example, small barrels or scope, whatnot, and really maximize the possibilities for the customization.
So when I'm finding any attachment inside a mission or let's say a raid, do I keep them after the mission or can I lose them in any way?
So every weapon you find during the run, you're not gonna keep it. But because of we play, the more you play, the more gun tech weapons you will be able to unlock. Once you unlock them, you will be able to use it forever. And not only then, you will be able to upgrade them to different levels. And the deeper you go, the more powerful it gets. And even at the end, when you really maximize some of the gun tech weapon, it adds different extra abilities to the weapon. And those are really helping us to maximize the potential of players' build, because weapon is only one part of it, right? You also have nano, you also have the equipable mods that you can equip to your runner. All those things combined together, you can create a lot of different builds to the game.
You mentioned runners mod. These are also power-ups which you find in raid.
Yeah.
Can you upgrade these also in, let's say, the main menu or the hideout or the base where you connect with other people?
Yes, you will be able to do that as well. In the game, the progression is really tied to those runner mods. And the deeper you go, you're going to be able to find a better quality of the runner mods, and then you will be able to add extra buffs to it. So it's really about making a build. And the deeper you go, the more possibilities and the more options that you have, and some explosions gonna happen there.
So it's definitely worth grinding the game.
Yeah.
When it comes to levels, how many levels are there at the moment, and do you plan or do you have any plans in expanding them?
Yeah, for sure. On the launch build, we're gonna have 18 missions to start with, but we also have a huge amount of end game content after the 18 mission. Especially for veteran players, for seasoned players, they want to really testing their skill. There's like huge amount of content after the initial 18 missions. And moving on, for every season, we will be adding new missions to the roster. And what we wanted to do is not only tell a episodic story, but also give you players the new levels, new boss fights, new mechanics every season. So I think after a year, after launch, our content will grow hugely, and you will have a lot of content to play by then. So that is our goal. We want to make this IP grow bigger and bigger.
I think we catch definitely some guys' attention, especially guys who love shooter games like me. I already mentioned 8th of September is the release date. Can you tell us which platforms are involved?
Yeah.
Is it only PC or what console can we play it on?
Yeah, so on September 8th, we will only make the game on PC first. So all the PC gamers will be able to join the game on that date. And we're also working on the console build and also the Steam Deck version. So those are also we can looking forward to. And before long, we'll be able to release them on those platforms as well.
Yeah, it's definitely taking a long time. I don't know if we mentioned it, but for you guys, it's very interesting. It's a free-to-play game, so you don't have to pay for it. You can just download it, hop in with your friends. I'm wondering, one thing I witnessed when we played earlier, you have new features inside the game which weren't there a few months ago. Could you give us a quick overview about these things which you added in the last month for our end question?
Yeah, so we really polished the game to the best we can, and from the content wise, we made more missions, especially for the end game. And once you reach that part, you will see a lot of really good ideas added in there. That is the one part. Second is we deployed our world story to the the launch build, which wasn't available back in last December, right? And we also made a lot of cool feature. For example, the nano leap. This is brand new. We don't have that before. So the nano leap is a really good way and really awesome way to get into the combat and get out of the combat and even cover some traversal distance. Is all up to the players. And lastly, is we've been adding a lot of small features here and there. Some of them are life quality features, some are social features, and the goal is just to make the game more thorough and better as a whole. So I'm very happy with the build we have now, but we don't stop there, right? We don't stop there. For next season, for the future season coming in, we will be adding more features and also polishing things and then fixing things that is broken. And I think, from players' feedbacks, that's crucial for us, that we really care. So whatever that you guys not comfortable with, or this is not working well, whatever the feedback, let us know, and we will be able to fix them in the future.
All right, guys, you heard it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. I'm looking forward to the final release in 2 weeks. I'm definitely grinding again a bit, and maybe we see us later again.
Cool. Oh, we will do for sure. And the game is really grown and improved quite a lot from the last build you guys played. And I think again, from the dev point of view, this is something we care. We wanted to improve it. Maybe even now it's not perfect. It's okay, but that is a really good starting point, and it will only get better in the future.
All right, guys, you heard it.
All right.
Synced in 2 weeks out, free to play.
Thank you.